Everybody, good morning and welcome back to BSG Annual 2022 here from Venray. Yeah, we're raising money for Mind, by the way. If you want to help us reach our goal of 10K at the end of the event, you can find the link in the description below or in the chat by typing !donate. And yeah, you can already see on screen our next runner with Pokémon SoulSilver. We got Gimmy here. Please take it away. Good luck, have fun.
Thanks. Shall we start right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Then in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So this is Pokémon SoulSilver, category any % Manipless. So the first thing I need is the name of the character.
Yeah, right. On it, let me quickly refresh. It will be Hop. H-O-P. Exactly.
Like the rivalry in Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks, Crafted. So
Yeah,
the
Crafted would have
character-
been the second place name. Slightly,
Oh, wow. Okay.
slightly behind in the money, but thanks everybody for your donations.
Like
Yes.
this, right? Okay.
So the character is a female because being a female actually helps a lot in this game, in the speedrun, both for characters and, as you will see, for Pokemon as well. So a few words on the category. Any % means that we beat the game as fast as possible and the use of glitches is allowed. Manipless means that the use of RNG manipulation is not allowed. So just as an example, the main category uses RNG manipulation. And just a second, I set here the options.
Here in the option, we want to set the text to fast speed, obviously. Then we turn off the battle animations, and also we set the L shoulder button to work like a A button to help mashing.
Yes. So I was saying in the main category, we use RNG manipulation. And for example, we win the lottery. So we get a Massable, we catch a Raikou, we manipulate the stats of our Pokemon, we manipulate wild encounters, and so on. All this is not possible in Manipless, so we cannot catch Raikou, the stats are random, we'll get wild encounters, and this changes completely the route. What is not changed, though, is the starter Pokemon, which is Cyndaquil in both cases. One may wonder why Cyndaquil over Chikorita and Totodile. Well, not many people would think that Chikorita would be a good choice in this game, because in general, grass starters are not the best. But especially against the first two gyms of this game, grass type is horrible. The choice between Totodile and Cyndaquil is a bit closer, but Cyndaquil has an advantage in that mainly Sprout Tower is mandatory in this game, and Cyndaquil beats it more easily than Totodile. And also it does better a few fights later, namely, especially the second rival fight. Okay.
So compared to the original games, there are also like different TMs from the gym leaders, and so this changes even more the routes from the original. And Totodile is the clear second, with Cyndaquil being the best here. Here's another difference. I think I'm quite sure in the original you don't have to go back to you talk to your mom, and you can just call her later. And here is mandatory. If you try to go to the next route, it will just stop you, some random NPC.
I think the Pokégear is given to you as soon as you start the game. That's why you don't have to go back. Okay. So as I anticipated, we are not using RNG manipulation, which means that we will get random wild encounters until we will be able to buy repels. We don't have repels now.
Got lucky on the first patch of grass
We actually do want
Yeah.
at least one wild encounter.
to get some experience.
Yes. If we get one.
Yeah. We prefer to get a level 2 PJ because it
take
can
it.
also spawn level 3s. And I can't remember what else.
You can fight either PJ, Sentret, or Rattata.
Okay, so you're gonna fight level 3. Yeah. We're gonna spam tackle. There's not much strategy to it in the beginning.
This experience is actually very important in that it allows us to reach levels 7, 10, and 14 one battle earlier. And each of those is important in getting better ranges on opposing Pokemon and even getting the evolution one battle earlier. By the way, I don't hear game audio on the right part of the game audio. Thanks.
It's also important to get experience on your first visit before Mr. Pokemon, because it then heals your Pokemon and you don't have to fight the first rival battle while damaged. So yeah, it's quite nice that you got an encounter there.
So far we have walked, and we walk at 8 frames per tile at 30 FPS. Which is not different from other games, but because the map is larger compared to, say, Gen 3, it feels much slower.
Yeah,
But now we got running shoes, so we can run at double the speed.
I think like the walking speed in this game, this feels like the slowest
Yes,
in
because
all
the map
Pokemon
is larger.
games. Yeah,
We still walk into the grass, because in this game, and this game only, walking in the grass reduces the encounter rate compared to running, and it's still worth it on average to just go through the grass more slowly to get less encounters statistically.
so we entered this house. We don't really need the Apricorn box, but if we just gonna go past that, then we will get a cutscene and we will lose even more time because the old man steps out of his house and like grab us out, kidnap us.
This is absolutely perfect encounter luck. We got the early experience and then nothing else. This could be a Manipless, but it's not.
This is just a general quest, like the beginning quest where you get your Pokédex and do all this stuff. There's not much happening, honestly. So Professor Oak managing to like work even more slow than
Yes.
than you. At least the music is quite nice.
Yeah, I like the musics of this game a lot. Although the original ones are probably a bit better. Because
Yeah,
the 8 bits feel really good.
It's very different. You're gonna hear the final boss theme later. Let's see if we can still get some random. Okay, I
This is
talked too early.
Yeah.
Can the level 4 PJ be faster than you at this level?
I'm not sure. I know Weedles can.
Oh, okay.
So probably PJs can as well. I'm not sure.
If world encounters are faster than you, then the escape is not guaranteed. and I think it's 50-50.
It
I have no
increases
idea.
with the number of attempts.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it's actually it depends on the ratio of the speeds of the two Pokemon, but then it has a bonus for each failed attempt. So this is the first fight, the first rival fight. It's actually quite possible to lose this fight.
Yeah. It's not fun because then you need to like get back all the XP you lose here. Let's hope everything goes fine.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's fine.
We don't want to see off.
So
first
tackle has
miss.
a 95% accuracy in this game. We saw the first tackle miss. It happens remarkably often to be only 5% event. So I get the first snapshot of Cyndaquil stats now. Oh my god, that's not a good Cyndaquil. 10 special attack means that it has a minus special attack nature, and the IV is also pretty bad. But okay, one of the good things about this category is that you can run any stats. We can accept any stats on Cyndaquil and the Pokemon we will use later. By the way, I haven't said this, but I haven't run many categories in Pokemon speedruns, but this one is the one I enjoy the most. It's really spectacular in my opinion, and it has a good balance of glitches and normal gameplay, and interesting strategies.
It's quite a nice run, yeah.
We name the rival one character. Funny story, I'll name it C because when I was younger, I used to call his counterpart in Gold and Silver Carrot because of the color of his hair. So I have this tradition that my rivals are named Carrot, actually the Italian for carrot. So.
As in every RPG, we just want to name the character like the one letter, so when the text prints, it takes less time. We can save the frames.
Yeah, it's one character per frame at 60 frames per second in particular. Okay, so now we heal at the lab because we took damage during the rival fight. Now there's the catching tutorial, which is not skippable in this game. And it's the main reason why we chose the girl, because now if you look at this scene, Ethan goes into the grass with us and shows us how to catch a Pokemon. Now, if we were the boy, Lyra, so the girl, would take us into the grass, but the boy would not understand immediately what was going on, so he's canonically distracted, or he doesn't pay enough attention, I guess. And so we save around 10 seconds by choosing the girl. The text is also a little bit different throughout the game, but this is the most important difference. So I've said before that to avoid wild encounters, we walk into the grass. After receiving the ball, so after this catching tutorial, we actually want to catch a Pokemon, a Sentret as HM friend. So we will actually run into the grass to increase the encounter rate and the chance of getting Sentret.
You can get stuck here because you need the Sentret, and if you don't find one, you just stay in this route until you
have
get
to
one.
grind
So yeah, let's hope for a quick encounter.
This can be faster than me, for sure.
Okay,
good.
Well, we already know you have like minus special attack, so
Yeah, it can be minus speed.
Yeah. It looks like okay, maybe happening. Oh, there we go. Oh god damn. This is the worst that can happen. If you crit the second tackle, it can. It's
So-
not. It's not even guaranteed to kill it, or
No, it's not. I mean,
Okay.
it depends. But I did that because with the after the first tackle, center was 62% chance to catch with a Pokeball. While after the second tackle, if I don't crit, I get a 78% chance, which is much better. And it happens that you can run out of Pokeball. You only have 5.
Yeah.
I won't use a second tackle now. Because I already took damage. That's the reason.
okay.
Yes.
Centret will also be used later as a surfer, right? There you go.
Done. Yeah, so we need Centret for 2 HMs. The only relevant one is Surf, because the other one is Cut, and Cyndaquil can learn Cut. Oh yeah, we can see this later on. So one thing to notice is that after a wild encounter, I still run for 3 tiles, and then I start walking again. Because there's an immunity of 3 tiles for encounters after you enter a new area or you get an encounter. So we go faster for those 3 tiles and then back to the normal strategy.
Again, these first few battles are just tackle until the opponent is dead. So
Normally one is only level 6 for speed J, but I got extra experience by killing the Centret, so I was level 7. I still didn't 2-shot.
very important to press no, to say no to your mom, because we don't want her to save money. I think that's like an extra text box every time you win a battle, right? If you
But also you don't have all the money you need.
yeah, exactly. Like you need all the money you can get. So
In this run, because we will use glitches and thus we will skip large parts of normal gameplay, we will actually be short on money. We will pick up items just to sell them. So having money is important. Okay, so we are in Violet City. So here in Violet City, we do something which may seem weird. We enter the Pokemon Center and then exit immediately. That's just a marathon strat. Because in the next about 10 minutes, it is possible to wipe, to die. And if that happens and you don't enter the center, you walk back to Cherry Grove City. And going through all the grass without repels is a nightmare. So just to be safe on that event, on that in that case, we enter the center, so we can just run back here.
that's a nice crit.
Yes. So you usually, I was already level 8, and you usually
Oh, you can two-shot it. Okay,
yeah.
I was thinking.
with a crit you usually kill from
Oh,
first.
okay.
I'm not. Whatever. This is not a very good Cyndaquil.
Yeah, I remember free-shotting the best pros usually, right? So
The first one is
okay.
usually 3 shots, and you're level 7. I was already level 8 though because of the extra experience.
But your attack is terrible, so
But it's not terrible. Could be worse. And this will go. This will be a 2-shot.
Mm-hmm.
Could be worse. Special attack is worse. Now, small technique that is fun to notice that I bonk on these monks after the fight because that cancels the turn frame, which is the movement you do without taking a step on yourself where you change direction. Because the turn frame can give you an encounter, while bonking on the monk cancels the following turn frame, and so you reduce the chance of getting encounters in the
Yeah, that's quite a nice tech. And
proper.
is it also faster without like the encounter?
It is faster, but you have to be good.
Okay.
Because you have 1/10 of a second to do the bonk to make it faster than a turn frame.
I also saw you
So-
doing it on the earlier trainer. That was
Yes.
Mikey, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Finally, we get Ember, so these fights can go much quicker.
Actually, in this room, there's no encounter, so the bonk is irrelevant here.
It's just for the speed.
I will actually kill this Rattata because I have bad special attack. Actually, maybe with extra experience, I would have been level 12 anyway for Hoot. Anyway, whatever.
One thing we can talk about is
Blaze.
Blaze. Yeah. So right now we are in Blaze. Is Cyndaquil's ability, and what does it do? When you're below 1/3 HP, it boosts your fire type attacks by 50%.
Yes.
And so this Bellsprout will die anyway, even without Blaze. But we are about to fight a Hoot. And I think you want to keep Blaze for it, yeah?
I will get level 12 though, so let me see my health. I might get out of Blaze before
okay.
the fight.
So when you level up...
No, that's fine. I will still be in Blaze.
Okay.
So Blaze is at 1/3 or below. So a +2 in my HP will keep me in Blaze because maximum will be 34 and current HP will be 11, which is less than a third. And I don't think you can get +3 here. So. So this is the only dangerous fight of Sprout Tower. Not because of the first Bellsprout, which is killed by an Ember as always, but because after this Bellsprout we get a Hoot who knows Peck and most importantly Hypnosis, and we have nothing to heal it currently.
Let's see how it goes. Okay, that's
I
nice.
I will risk this. Okay, good.
So it's nice that Hoot got born, because that means it deals half damage with Peck, and also it will slowly die while we wake up.
So that damage on Hoot was very much not good. And there was a level 12 Blades. It's probably as bad as it gets. But
Or as interesting as it gets.
yes, that's also why Manipless is fun.
Can't wait to see how interesting his rival
We usually don't get quick attack after this fight, but we got extra experience. So.
We got a lot of extra experience.
Yeah, two more fights, 2 extra fights. Okay, so Sprout Tower is done. Should I heal? Probably not, actually. It's probably better not to heal now. Okay, so coming up is the first gym leader, and probably the most dangerous one. Being level 13 actually is very helpful because Faulkner's first Pokemon is a PJ, which is usually 3-shot with bad special attack. But you get a level boost, a damage boost in Pokemon whenever your level finishes with 0, 3, 5, or 8. So being level 13 will hopefully help me to kill this PJ in 2 turns rather than 3.
This PJ has sand attack. That's exactly what we don't want to see, because now we have to...
You can just use Sentret to cancel the accuracy drop. And it's very important to not have accuracy reduced.
Yeah.
Because the real problem of this fight is the next Pokemon, which is Pidgeotto.
We really want to see a burn here, because Pidgeotto can roost anytime he's damaged, and he can basically PP stall us if he keep using roost. And a burn would be like very helpful. Yeah, you can see here how bad this fight can be. We are about to go out of Ember PP soon.
I still have 10. The problem is I won't have enough for Slowpoke Quest, so we'll have to take the center.
But
Luckily, Roos only has 10 PP, so we are going to win this PP war. It's just going to take a while. By the way, Pidgeotto has a 50-50 chance of using Roost every turn, and it's using Roost every single time,
and
which is a bit crazy to be honest.
we are also not getting any burn, so this is as bad as it can get.
Thank you.
Technically, it could win the PP Star War if it only used like Roost every 2 turns, because this Ember is not doing any damage.
Okay. These blades. I only have 1 Ember left. I want to use it in blades.
There we go.
Nope.
Okay, you're right. I'm bad at math.
So now, if he attacks me, yes. Okay, then I Blades Ember and then Quick Attack. I can't do anything else. If this kills, we win. Okay, thank you.
Wow.
My God, that was a crazy fight.
Yeah. And that's how you lose 2 minutes in the first gym. I don't think we lost 2 minutes, but probably 1.5.
Okay, I have exactly 0 embers after this fight. But we won, which is the important part.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have Quilava, which is my favorite Pokemon. Okay, now maybe we can start to introduce the glitch of this game. We are going to use only 1 glitch throughout the game, which allows us to skip large portions of the story. It's well known. It's called tweaking. Maybe I can show an example and then explain it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's basically it has to do with corrupting the way the game loads the map. But we're going to see see an example in just a few minutes. Now, before leaving Violet Town, Violet City. We do some shopping.
And we also get the egg from the assistant. We finally get repels, so we don't have to deal with random encounters anymore.
There will be a couple of parts where we will not use repels, namely Slowpoke Well and a small patch of grass before Ecrutex City. That's calculated.
Yeah, we do that on purpose.
So because of tweaking, we only fight 5 out of the 8 gyms in Johto and only 1 of the 8 gyms in Kanto. The run ends, by the way, beating Red on the top of SoulSilver, not beating Lance in the league. And Cyndaquil only has to do 2 of these gyms. This was the first one. The second one is Bug type, giving the fire type starter another advantage. Also, another concept to maybe introduce our spinners. Maybe you can you can explain them.
So spinners are trainers that spins around, and they have rules for spinning. They can spin certain timings and in certain ways. And in this generation, we can actually manipulate the way, not really manipulate, but we know that how they want to spin and what window we have from one spin to another. So we can do a couple of there are multiple methods of passing them safely. Let's see the first one here. So what we just did there was we waited him to spin. Then we did one step walking. We opened the menu to check if he spinned again.
Oh, first glitch.
And if it didn't, then we can safely pass. Oh, the repel messed up the tweaking. So here we need to do this movement perfectly in all in one motion. And you can see that the rocket trainer that usually block this entrance disappeared. We still get the cutscene, but we can get to the Slowpoke Well without talking to
And
Kurt.
we also fly here.
Yeah.
We also fly. So basically, we did that weird movement. Yeah, which corrupted the way the game reads our Z coordinate, and also it unloaded to characters. So what happened is, basically, because the map of the game is very large, it's not loaded all at once by the game, but it's loaded in big square sections called chunks. And at any time, the game only loads 4 chunks in a way that doesn't let you see unloaded parts of the map. And to make this work, basically, when you cross the median axis of these chunks, the game unloads some chunks and loads some other ones. And it takes some time to the game to do this unloading and loading procedure. And you actually move from one tile to another faster than the game can do this operation. And doing very specific movements, running or even better with the bike, as we will see later, you can cause corruptions that go from unloading characters, like in this case, to completely destroy the map. And we will see some examples.
A nice thing is that in this game, it's very hard to crash doing tweaks. In the Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, it's actually way easier, I think. I don't know why. I'm not like super expert and technical, but when doing tweaks on the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, you can definitely crash the game a lot more.
Hey, friends, do I have time to talk about some incentives?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, hello everybody, by the way. We're still here at the BSG, Raising Money for Mind, which is the nationwide organization that is committed to prevent mental health issues. And so far we're at $4,000.62, which is super awesome, so please keep going. We have 3 more days of awesome speedruns before us, and we have some super cool incentives that are coming up. I think the most pressing one is the one that is still inside of this game, because a little bit later we got the name for the Magikarp that is still open for grabs, everybody. Currently in the lead we have Legend Eater with $25, followed by Bro Sencha with $15. So with a minimum donation of 26 euros, you can basically choose the name of the Magikarp that we will be using in this run right here. So get your donations in for that. It's like, how, like half an hour, 40 minutes away from here, right? Roughly?
Yeah, about so.
Yes.
Yep. So please get your donations in for that one. You find the link to donate below the stream or in chat, ! Donation. I also saw in chat we started a little bit of a debate which is the best Pokemon, as always. So if you want to,
I guess I started it with saying that Quilava is my favorite one.
yeah, so feel free to do the usual thing and to donate. Like, either you can just do the minimum donation amount of 3 euros and just tell us what's your favorite Pokemon and why, or do the Pokédex thing, or you donate the Pokédex number of your favorite Pokemon as you want, and tell us why your Pokemon is the best and why everybody else is wrong. Yeah, what are you guys' favorites? You said what are your favorite Pokemon is, but
So this is always a hard question for me. I love a lot of Pokemons. I would say probably my favorite is like Scyther or Golduck. But yeah, also Kingler and Pinsir I like a lot. I'm a Gen 1 runner, you can probably tell.
and my favorite one is Ampharos.
That's very cool too.
Ampharos is a good Pokemon for alt mains, which is a category extension pretty popular for Pokemon speedruns, where you
Yeah,
use
Pokemon's game.
not the best Pokemon, but another one. And Ampharos is actually pretty good for this game.
Oh, I might need to look into that then. Interesting. Yeah, anyway, back to you guys.
So there's a choice to do now. Fight the gym first or Rival 2 first. We don't have the stats to do Rival 2 first. So I have to do the gym first, which is not a good...
So this section is quite diverse.
God.
You can do both Rival 2 early or do the gym first, and it depends on your stats. Doing first the Rival is like faster in most cases, but you need to have the stats to do that first.
What worries me is that you usually want to do the Rival battle first when you have bad defense or special attack. We have bad everything, including special. But defense is not even I would say almost decent. Special attack is horrible. So the gym leader fight is going to be hard. But we cannot afford doing the second Rival battle first, because you need you need to be over a threshold on a special defense. Otherwise, he just kills you in 2 moves, and you get into heal loops where you cannot win.
We deposited all the Pokemons but Quilava here because there's a double battle incoming. Right, yeah?
Yes.
And if you don't have a second Pokemon, it just doesn't trigger. And we save quite a lot of time. Fire attack is like the worst you can get here.
It's the only move Beetle knows.
I haven't run this in a while. You can probably tell. Don't remember much.
27 defense is not too bad.
I thought it had Leer too. Okay, it doesn't.
No, I think Beedrill, like its learn set in Gen 4 is just Fury Attack until level like 30 or something.
Wow.
So yeah. So I'm probably not going to save for this fight, but there's a good chance I will lose. So
You should have like used the switch later. In case you die, you are more efficient.
I know, I thought about it, but I'm confident.
Okay.
So what we really want to see is a burn on Cider.
Yeah.
Because that halves his attack. Also, quick attack turn 1 is not bad.
Yeah, it can use Leer or Focus Energy, and they are both quite scary. Because
Good,
then, oh,
good.
we got the burn. Nice.
This is
Almost.
this is a win.
Okay.
Yes. That's actually a very good fight.
Yeah, if turn 1 it leads with Leer or Focus Energy, it can start critting more often or just generally putting you like in a very bad spot. Quick attack also means that you can't go first. So it will, yeah.
Cider also has U-turn, but the AI in this game doesn't use moves that do
Not
less
very
damage.
effective damage, yeah.
Actually, no, yeah, indeed. One may think quick attack is 40 power while U-turn is 70 power. With stab, U-turn seems to have more power because it's 52.5. However, Cider has Technician as ability, so quick attack is effectively 60 power. So that's why the AI goes for quick attack rather than U-turn here.
And after the Scyther, you could see like the Metapod and Kakuna that are switched in this game because in the original Scyther comes last and it makes the fight much easier. And so yeah, after Scyther we are just like done because both Kakuna and Metapod die in one hit.
Okay, now for the third trip in a Pokemon Center so far, we will going to take Centred back in the party.
We usually do 1 or 2 trips to the Pokemon Center, right?
Yes.
Like a maximum 2.
Yes. If you do Rival 2 first and you don't have PP problems, you only do
1, yeah.
1.
And of course, each time we enter the center,
Actually,
it's quite
oh yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. 1 or 2 if you do Bugsy first. So this is the second rival fight. This is not an easy fight. So first of all, we need Centred because this Ghastly is not killed in one shot by Ember. Actually, I didn't heal, which is not a problem. Okay. What we don't want to see is Curse. Because it forces us to
switch out to Centred.
Switch out immediately.
We can't do another turn. It just like Crocodile kills us and also Curse will kill us. So another problem is that we like have Quilava already on low HP. We would like to have it like at high HP at this time. We have to super potion before even start using Leer. It's okay. Crocodile here likes to spam Scary Face. I will never understand why, but it's okay.
It has a 80.5% chance of going for Scary Face here.
And what we really want to avoid here is putting Crocodile into Torrent, which is the same ability as Blaze, just for the water type moves. Because if we do, we risk... Okay. That's why we used Tackle and then Quick Attack there, so we never gave him a turn with Torrent. And now this Zubat, with all the scary faces, is actually a scary Pokemon because, as you can see, it can Supersonic, and if it hits, yeah, it went well, because now we can just Quick Attack.
It wasn't a bad fight. I did a mistake in not healing Quilava, although with Curse, it didn't make a huge difference because we would have needed to switch anyway and heal when going back anyway. So yeah, it's not a huge difference. Okay, Rival 2 is done, and actually Quilava's work is mainly done.
Yep.
We are going to switch soon the main Pokemon. I'll use a Repel here. This will become clear why in 1 minute. So there's a small puzzle here where we have to find Farfetch'd to get the HM for cut.
This is quite a nice improvement over the original. You need to like sneak them from behind. It's more interesting. There are a couple of hidden items here that we want to... Oh, it's not even hidden. I thought this revive was an hidden item. But yeah, there are a couple of items we want to...
Yeah, there are two hidden items
later. Yes, I thought that the revive was also an hidden item. We're gonna get a Nyx attack, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, then a full heal and then an Ether.
An Ether, yeah.
Which someone doesn't like to pick up in this category, but I insist it's worth it. Because of something that can happen later in the run. So we use the Repel before entering the Alex Forest, because after this cutscene we have to teach Cut. And we can do it in a single menu together with the Repel here.
Instead of opening the menu twice, which would lose some time.
So why is Quilava's job done? Well, the next gyms are Whitney's normal type gym with the infamous Miltank. And then Morty's gym, which is Ghost type. And Quilava can beat those gyms. Yeah.
It's very hard.
It's pretty hard, especially without using RNG manipulation. You should go in the Goldenrod Mart and buy Fire Blast and hope Fire Blast hits. Instead, there is an alternative strategy, which is pretty funny for someone who doesn't know well enough the remakes. Because there's a guy in the gate north of Goldenrod who gives you Kenya the Spearow, which is a Pokemon who holds a mail who is supposed to be returned to a guy who then gives you the TM for rest. Now in the originals, Kenya, which is this the nickname of this Spearow, is level 10. So Quilava is now level 20, so it will be a downgrade. However, in the remakes, the Spearow is level 20. And it only takes one level to evolve it to Fearow. And Fearow is actually a pretty strong Pokemon at this point of the game. Not only that, but Kenya has fixed IVs and nature, which is a highly desirable feature for Manipless runs because it is consistent and one can consistently predict the damage outputs and the chances of killing Pokemon and stuff. So it makes the run consistent in this segment. It's probably faster, I reckon, with a very good Quilava to just buy Fire Blast and don't take Kenya, because
Hitting Fire Blast is not fun.
because
it's only,
Kenya has to evolve, and the
Yeah.
evolution animation takes time. But also Kenya gets more level because it's treated as a traded Pokemon. So it gets the experience boost. That's also another reason why it's good. And an additional reason is also that it's female. As I said at the start of the run, being female is good in this category. That's because Miltank, Whitney's Miltank, uses Attract, and Miltank is female. Now, 7 Quilavas in 8 are male, while Kenya is always female, so we neutralize a very scary move. So we get the bike here, which is the most important item of this.
Yeah. It unlocks a lot of options. You can like immediately see.
I didn't want to enter this house. Happens. I didn't do that in a while, actually. But okay, so the first thing we do is to get Kenya from this guy, which will be our new main Pokemon. Kenya is a fun favorite.
And now we will see the power of the...
And now the
bike.
tweaking. So first, Kenya on the front, and then
It can take some tries. This is like 4th try, so quite good. With these tweaks, what we did was... you can explain it
Okay,
better than
so-
me. Yeah.
what did we do? Usually you have to... so there's a girl blocking the entrance of this gym. And that's because you have to go to the radio tower where Whitney is trying to get a radio card. And you have to talk to her, and then this unlocks the entrance to the gym. With tweaking, we managed to load incorrectly our Z coordinate so that we entered basically below the height where the girl is, and we clipped through the door basically and entered the gym, skipping about a minute of cutscenes.
Yep.
Now this is a small skip, and tweaking is also used for this kind of small skips, but later in the run it will allow us to skip half of the story in the Johto region. Also, Kenya comes with Aerial Ace, which is a 60 base power move with stab.
It cannot miss, I think.
It cannot miss. Yeah, of a good attacking type generally.
Yep.
So. So I would really like to create this Nubble right now.
We don't have to heal.
Because then Bite can flinch me. Okay.
Okay. It went well, but...
I actually don't really want to heal this.
Okay.
I can heal on Whitney. Now we actually teach Mirror Move.
Quite an
Which
interesting move.
Sounds like a useless move in a speedrun. You don't want to use the moves your opponents use. Well, actually, we do. Against Miltank, because Miltank has Stomp, and Stomp is actually stronger than Aerial Ace, and we benefit the stab from Stomp as well, because it's normal type. But also we teach Mirror Move just because Firo would try to learn Mirror Move again. So it's just faster to do so. And now Whitney, which with Kenya is actually not a very scary fight.
If played well, it can very rarely go wrong.
It's possible.
Yeah. Everything's possible in this game. Okay. Metronome is always scary. There's so many.
You can get
Twitch
Metronome
clips.
Explosion,
Yeah.
Metronome Destiny Bond, Metronome fun stuff.
And that's why we get the revive.
I heal now and not later because I don't want to be put into rollout range. because the AI only calculates the damage of the first hit of rollout, so it's regarded as. Actually, I'm in danger of range now.
Okay. Yeah, well.
Okay. So yeah, Stomp can do up to 21 damage, but it can do 21 damage only with 1 in 16 chance, barring crits. So I was actually very likely to leave this. But so, what I was saying? Yeah. The AI only calculates the damage of the first rollout hit, which is very weak. And thus, it goes for Stomp, even though choosing rollout turn 1 would probably be much worse for us.
Yeah.
Okay, the third gym is done.
Would this be a good moment to read out some donations?
Yes.
Awesome. So we got a few cool donations here. We got €5 from Scaramori saying, Scaramori, smiley face. For my question, probably as for the favorite Pokemon. We also got an anonymous €26 saying, for me, it's Squirtle, the best pocket monster. I even ask for extra Squirtle Pokemon and the staff is so friendly and more than willing to oblige. One time I asked for Squirrel Pokemon and they gave me 3. I said, wow, they're 3 for free. And the nice friendly research lab worker laughed and said, I'm gonna call you 3 for free. Now the staff greets me with, hey, it's 3 for free. And always give me 3 Squirtles. And the reason why this is particular $26 is because this is currently 3 for free is currently our leading name for Magikarp. That's coming up.
How's it written?
Yeah, as like the number 3 for free.
Okay, right.
That was quite a donation.
Yes, definitely was.
Written in letters or
No,
as
just a number.
A number. So 34 free.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much for those donations. Please keep them coming. We still have quite a lot of, or a little bit of Pokemon left here. Tell us more about your favorite Pokemon, everybody.
There's still like 20 minutes, I think, till the Magikarp.
Let me. Yeah.
About so. Can get worse if the Magikarp doesn't appear.
Yeah.
I will see that.
We will talk about the Magikarp hunt. That's a pretty funny one. Okay, so what I tried to do earlier was a tweak which failed because I failed, and that is a tweak you can only do first try. So I had to do a backup tweak, which is much harder. But surprise, surprise, I did it first try. So we're good, and we skipped the 2 trainers with that tweak.
It's important to do that on a reasonable amount of tries, because otherwise you run out of repel steps and you can get an encounter. And
yeah, I think second try is already like too late.
Okay.
Probably. So, yeah.
And basically, if you get an encounter while doing the tweak, the map's corruption resets. So, like in the best case scenario, you have to do it again. In the worst case scenario, you get soft locked in some trees. We can see that later on. Yeah, we will get to it.
So this is a double battle, which can be dangerous sometimes, because these Clefables and Wigglytuffs have bad moves in general. But it's going pretty well.
And we can't skip this double battle like we did before, because they're not like how is it called? Like a trainer double battle, but there are 2 single trainers battling you at the same time. So if we were to arrive here with just 1 Pokemon, we just get 1 first and then the other trainer into two separate battles, which is done sometimes in Manipless, I think. Can't remember.
Yes, it is
I've
done
seen it before.
in any percent.
Yeah, okay.
Where you kill on purpose the other members of your team, and with the Fire Blast you one-shot all of these Pokemon. Now the second YOLO part, where you don't use a repel and go through the grass. Notice that I dismounted the bike and I walked instead of run, because that reduces the encounter rate. Also, Kenya's ability is Keen Eye, and this ability has an effect outside of the battle, which is cutting in half the encounter rate of Pokemon which are, I think, lower level than you.
Yes.
So we are very unlikely to get an encounter in that grass patch, so it is a calculated risk to YOLO it.
It just takes more time on average to use a repel, and so this is a 15-16 range?
13, I think.
14, okay. And here the aerial SPP is not that important, but it can save some time later. So missing it, like you use the pursuit, of course, to finish the range, so it doesn't
I
matter.
have 7 aerial SPPs. Coming up is the third rival fight. Ideally, I don't use more than 3 aerial aces in that fight. Now for another short shopping session. The first thing we buy is a netball. Now if you listen carefully to what we said and read the donation incentives, you know what's that for. As for the Magikarp, we will catch later on. And then we buy some safety and healing items. We need awakenings at this point of the game because next gym is Ghost type and they all have Hypnosis. So we need to wake up Kenya in case.
Kenya is particularly good because, of course, it's immune to Shadow type, to Ghost type moves. And some Pokemons don't even have like anything to hit you.
Okay, now we used both Kenya and Quilava in the double battle. We'll actually do the same in the third rival fight. Because the rival has Ghastly, Magnemite, Croconaw, and Zubat, Kenya can kill all of them except Magnemite, but likely Quilava can kill Magnemite. So the strategy is to use Kenya for the other 3 and then switch to Quilava for Magnemite. Unfortunately, so if Kenya was at 26 or less HP, Magnemite would have been guaranteed to attack here. Because the AI would think, oh, I can kill this Fearow. But now it's not guaranteed to attack. So it can use like Thunder Wave or... that's good.
Okay, that's
Thunder
fine.
Shock is perfect. It could have used the...
Incredible. I don't think I ever seen this range miss before.
It's not that unlikely. I mean, with this Quilava, I'm not surprised. Okay, and then Croconaw, it still likes to spam Scary Face.
Usually. So what we want to do here is spam Leer until it kills us, to then just kill it in 1 or 2 hits. But
yeah, I would have much preferred
because it used Water Gun in the first 2 turns, then we...
Right. So this is a bit risky, actually. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, good.
Okay, it went fine. Croconaw is Ice Fang that can deal a lot of damage to Kenya. That's why we are so scared of it.
I wasn't particularly lucky there because Croconaw went straight to Water Gun. If it doesn't, I can get a couple or even better 3 Leers off.
And then maybe even a quick attack
Yeah,
on the last
which
turn.
guarantees then that Aerial Ace is a one-shot on Croconaw, so there's no risk of dying there. In this category, Kenya has not quite enough experience to guarantee a two-shot after one Leer, and that's exactly what happened there. If Kenya was level 24, then Croconaw couldn't have lived the two Aerial Aces.
Yeah, this happened in the glitchless Manipless route. Yes.
Okay, now if we were doing any percent, we would now catch Raikou, which we just spawned with our Master Ball, but we don't have a Master Ball. So I used 3 Aerial Aces, right? Yes. So I have exactly 4 Aerial Aces, which is just what I need for the gym.
And that's why we bought the Ether earlier.
We picked it up.
Yeah, we picked. Okay.
It's actually both. This is new strat.
Yeah, this is. I was about to say, I never seen this. There were a couple of improvements to the run since the last time I played it, so I will see something new today.
Okay, so Kenya is well equipped to beat this gym because its normal type neutralizes the most dangerous ghost type attacks, particularly Gengar's Shadow Ball, which would do a lot of damage to Quilava. And he's also equipped with Pursuit, which allows us to not have to necessarily heal PPs of Aerial Ace, which I will not heal. 4 Aerial Ace PPs are just fine.
Yeah.
And it's not
if we add more Aerial Ace PP, we can replace these Pursuits with Aerial Ace because we don't get a super effective test, but it's overall slower to use the Ether, and so we prefer to get the super effective test.
It's actually, I timed it, it's just a bit slower.
Really?
It's
Wow.
really close, yeah.
I thought it was like...
It's like just a second or two. Okay, so maybe we can now anticipate that also Kenya is only going to do 2 gyms. So this is the last gym that Kenya has to do. And then we will go and catch our
final
anticipated
yes.
Magikarp. So what's going on here? So basically, we got the HM for Surf after killing the Coughing in the Dance Theater. And when we get the Ghost type gym badge, we are also able to use Surf outside of the battle. And so we are able to skip the remaining part of the story in Johto and use Tweaking to go straight to Kanto, which is east of Newburgh Town. However, in Kanto, we are going to fight the Pokémon League, which is level 40 to 50, and a level curse. Come on. It's very unlikely to see curse here. I don't have to heal though. So at level 26, which will actually be 29 after the gym, Firo is not a good Pokemon to
very unlikely to
use
make it
in the Pokemon League. So we use a better Pokemon, Magikarp. So of course Magikarp is not a good Pokemon, but there is this legend in Japan of legendary carp or giant carp, I don't know, which was somehow translated in this game with the creation of an encounter slot in a pond on Route 43, which is very unlikely. It's only a 1% encounter slot, so it's really unlikely to get it. But it's level 50, so we can catch a level 50 Magikarp at this point of the game. And the rare candy we picked up earlier is just enough to get a level 51 Gyarados, and Gyarados is a strong Pokemon, well capable of beating the Pokemon League.
Also want to say that this gym is not like so easy to do like these movements blind, and can happen to fall off.
Yeah, if you fall off of the path, you start again from
Yeah.
the entrance.
It was nice.
It's not too hard though.
You can walk and be safe.
I used to walk. Then I don't know. I either improved or improved my courage. Okay, so this fight is not dangerous at all, but this Haunter is a 50-50 range with Aerial Ace at level 28,
Nice.
which I got. This saves a bit of time.
Yep.
Because I can now... wait, what? Yeah, first Leer. Then X attack. Then hopefully I see Hypnosis miss here.
But this is why, exactly why Firo is so strong in this gym. This Gengar cannot attack us because it has Sucker Punch, which doesn't deal damage until we use a attacking move, and then Shadow Ball, which is not effective at all against Kenya. So we can safely set up an X attack and a Leer.
Okay, and so the gym is done. Kenya's job is done. Now, I said that it's very unlikely to get the 1% encounter slot for the level 50 Magikarp. So how on earth are we going to get the Magikarp? Surely not grinding hundreds of encounters until we get it. So we use the so-called repel trick. In that repels in Pokemon games only work with Pokemon which are lower level than the first alive Pokemon in your party, which is currently a level 29 Kenya. So now in that pond, Magikarp can only be level 5 to 25 or 50. So the repel is going to cancel all the encounters of levels 5 to 25 Magikarps. And so we only have to wait a potentially long amount of time until we get the right encounter.
And we don't have to worry about the repel running out because we can just turn frame in place. I see something new here.
Yes.
We used to go to Mount, what is called? Mount Coronet?
Nope.
Okay.
That's Encino.
Okay.
Mortar.
Okay. So it's faster to go here, or
It's not. It's slower.
but it saves repel, I guess.
Okay. So I'll explain that later.
Okay.
After
okay,
Magikarp.
okay.
Oh, okay. And so this is our pond, and now I will destroy my hands.
Yeah, this is very painful if it goes for too long, because doing turn frames without moving, like just happened, is like not so easy. You need to like quickly switch from up to down or left and right. And it's very important to do opposing movement, because this way the encounter rate increase. It's like mechanic. I don't know if it's
Only in this game.
It's only in this game. So yeah, basically the game recognizes you are looking for an encounter and it rewards you.
Though it maxes out after 4
okay.
opposite directions. So after I do the first 4 opposite directions, I can move whichever way I want.
If you were to play on a 3DS, you can just spam the circle pad and do the like the circle motion, and it's like less stressful on your hands, but it's less efficient technically, if done correctly. This is like the best method.
No, I think
Like if you're very fast, this is like the best one, right?
actually Circle Pad can buffer the turn frame, so it's perfect.
Okay.
Because basically you can. So if your say angular velocity with a circle pad is larger than a quarter of a circle in a tenth of a second, a tenth of a second is the time it takes to do a turn frame. So you're buffering turn frames this way.
Okay.
So
This is already getting longer
So-
than usual.
basically every turn frame has a 1 in 1,000 chance of giving me the holy Magikarp encounter. So given that I do at most 10 turn frames per second, the average time for this hunt is 100 seconds, and the median time is 100 times log 2, which is about 69 seconds.
I think that already passed. We are getting an unlucky carp here, and the more time it passes, the worse the turn frame gets, because your hand gets tired. It's not it's not something like good to do.
Also, we really want to see a female Magikarp, because again, being female helps going faster in this game. But the reason for that will
finally.
become clear at the end. Okay, so this is our level 50 Magikarp, and it's female.
Nice.
So there goes the netball. So what's the nickname for Magikarp?
Yeah, I'm looking it up, giving a quick refresh just in case anything happened. Yep, it is still 343. The number 3 as the number, and then 43.
So I'll write it down, and 3, 4.
Or like the 4 as in written out, like the word 4, free.
It's also written out.
Yeah. FOR
Okay,
and then free.
like this.
Yes.
This is quite a long name.
Yeah, by the way, thanks again for everybody who donated for not just the Magikarp name, but also for the trainer name. Really appreciate that.
Something that we didn't mention is that even if the Magikarp is level 50, the netball is still guaranteed to catch it. It's 100% to catch it, because it's only dependent on the species of the Pokemon and the ball you're using, and the HP, of course. This is another method of passing spinners. Earlier we did like just a walk step. Now that we are on the bike, we are doing a turn frame and a bike step, and basically does the same thing. It allows us to safely pass these spinners.
So this is the bike shop call. It's something you can get at any point of the game. Okay, so Magikarp to the front of party, and then we use the 2 rare candies on Magikarp to get a level 52 Gyarados.
And here we also see the stats. We get an idea.
Yeah, actually we'll read carefully stats later on, but I will just have an eye on a couple of them now. So let's see, I look at, let's say, attack. Was too fast. So one bad thing about Magikarp is that its moveset is absolutely terrible. Did I use a... No, Repel is already on.
Yeah.
Okay, so all good.
At this level, Magikarp and then Gyarados only knows tackle, splash, and flail.
Flail.
Yep.
So it's a horrible moveset, and all useful moves have to be taught. It is actually a bad thing because it's time costly to teach moves. It takes time, but it's needed. So in this fight, so this is an optional trainer, but not for this route. The reason for that will become clear in a while. I really want to get poisoned here, which didn't happen, but that's not a problem. Basically, these two Pokemon have Poison Point as ability. So if you use contact moves, you have a 30% chance of being poisoned. And you can abuse the poison damage to get to reduce your health and increase the power of the move Flail, which is stronger when your health is lower. So this is the reason why I didn't go through Mount Mortar initially, but through the water. So we catch one Pokemon here, which will be useful at the end of the run, because we don't have a Pokemon who can learn the move Rock Climb, which is needed to complete the game. And to make the repel wear off at the correct spot, you need to save steps when you go to Magikarp. And going through the water saves steps. And it's only... Oh, I didn't repel. I forgot to use the repel after the encounter. So I lost 11 seconds for this. Okay. Now, in principle, we could go to New Bucktown, tweak, get to Kanto, beat the Pokemon League, and then continue. But we will actually fight another gym, the 5th Johto's gym, for the sole purpose of getting the move Fly. Which obviously makes, moving from one part of the region to another much faster. It's actually not so obvious that Fly is faster. It is, though, much safer. And the difference is not that large anyway. On the way, we pick up a couple of items that we want to sell, because, as I said initially, our money is tight. Strange movement. Okay. So unfortunately, of course, we will move faster through the regions, but it takes time to get to the 5th gym and to beat it. So Gyarados at the current moment has no held item. And we'll give it one now, and that is a Pecha Berry. So Pecha Berry cures poison in battle if you get poisoned. There's no chance of getting poisoned soon, but at the very end of the run, being poisoned at the right moment can make the difference between winning and losing the fight. Also, if I had gotten poisoned earlier by the trainer, equipping the Pecha Berry is a perfect moment to check what's my remaining health. So then on water, I can count how many HP I'm losing and then heal poison at the right time. To have the basically best balance between decent amount of HP and good power of Flail.
you can now see how you can easily clear this gym by just resetting this trainer position instead of doing all the puzzle like it was probably intended. We can just battle this one and press the switch to free Chuck from the waterfall.
Okay, so Chuck is an easy fight. Chuck doesn't have the smart AI I was talking about before, so he uses moves randomly. This is marginally relevant in that his second and last Pokemon, a Poliwrath, is not one-shot by strength, unless I crit, which is a 1 in 16 chance. And he can put me to sleep if I'm unlucky here. That looks like good attack. Surf is good. Okay. That is the fifth gym and the first actually optional gym. We fight.
It's quite rare to hear about an optional gym.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's the only instance of that
Yep.
I know in Pokemon speedruns.
You can technically count if you technically count the I don't know, fighting gym from Gen 1. That's like
Oh, the dojo.
yeah, I don't know, like doesn't count as a gym probably.
But this is the real reason why we fight the
Yeah.
gym. Here's the HM for Fly.
But we are not done yet in Yoto.
We do one other thing here. We talk to this guy who is just burgled by the rival. And he gives us a shackle. Why on earth is shackle useful for a speedrun?
First is
Well,
So cool, so-
stay tuned.
actually one of my favorite Pokemons from Gen 2.
Shackle?
Yeah, it's so like not really because of the design, but because of the battle design, how it's like super bulky and can just trolls you around with style moves in competitive.
So we have a pretty full team at the moment. Gyarados, Firo, Shackle, Machop, Quilava.
That also doesn't happen often in a speedrun to have a full team of 6.
So as I said earlier, the moveset of Gyarados is pretty bad. Strength is not enough to beat the Pokemon League. And maybe you can explain this while I'm focused.
Okay. So yeah, we can't deal with the entire league with just normal type moves. And here we are doing another tweak. We want to get into the icicle path, ice path. Ice path. To get the waterfall HM. Waterfall is a very strong physical type water move, which is also stab on Gyarados. This is a very hard tweak.
It's not very hard, but
in my opinion, it's the hardest, at least for me, like personally.
just takes a while. I'll do it.
And the problem is also that there's a spinner, you can see. And if you overstep, you can hit him.
Okay, I did it. Now I have to pass this spinner.
Okay.
And this is what a tweak actually looks like when you destroy them up.
And we do this because there's an NPC blocking your way. You can't usually go to Ice Path before doing the Rocket Tower and basically everything we are skipping, like the Steel type gym and all that's left in Yoto.
Ah,
This is like one of the main reasons probably that Gyarados isn't as fast as Raikou, just because of like how long it takes to get to Waterfall. Like it's probably the single most time loss in the route, like getting Waterfall, I think.
and now let's see what we got. So I'll carefully look at Gyarados stats now. 49, 03, 11, 19. Let me calculate. So that's... I didn't actually look at the nature, but that's good attack,
The nature is
very good defense.
is plus defense and minus special attack.
Okay, so attack IV is about 28. Defense, so it's plus defense, you said.
Yes.
Is the repel on? Yes, it is. Defense IV, I don't know because there's the plus nature, but defense is good. Very good, actually. Special defense is not particularly good.
I don't know how it does this without any notes.
Special defense IV is about 4. And speed IV is about, let's see, about 6, I guess. Okay, so now we sell all the valuable items we got. There are 2 nuggets and this PP up and many, but not all of the TMs. We keep one. We keep attract. How on earth is the move attract useful in a speedrun? Well, again, stay tuned. Oops, no, I actually buy this first. Otherwise I get confused.
"29 X attacks." You can get the idea how we will beat most of the battles. There are like, I'm trying to think how
Okay.
many battles are left. Like main battles are just
Not many, actually.
6 main battles, and then there's the boat thing where you won't use any X items.
I'm not being very good at menus and technicalities, but that's not a problem.
Oh wait, you also use the X attacks on the trainers before Elite Four. Yeah, I forgot about this.
Okay, so should I save? So we're not going to do the most important tweak of the run, which is keeps the rest of the Johto region. And this is actually a risky tweak. One should save for, because there is a risk of soft locking yourself if you're not good enough.
You should save. It's a marathon.
I don't think I will save.
Oh god. I can't watch.
It will be good. There's one tweak, not finished. And second tweak.
Okay, that was
We're
good.
not done though. It didn't work. Okay. There's an optional third tweak you can do there, but you only have one shot to do it, so I missed it. That tweak is to get rare candy, which we are going to get anyway later on, but it's just faster to do the tweak if you can. I wasn't prepared. Okay, good.
That was You didn't turn frame there.
Okay, so I got hit by a spinner here. I
Like-
I probably wasn't very precise in.
I think I'm not entirely sure, but you tried to react to the fact that he spinned when
Yes.
he was
I was
when
too-
you were still like going left, and you didn't. I think you didn't turn frame. You like did all in one motion. Like you reacted too fast to the fact that he was spinning.
Yeah, probably. But okay, an extra fight. Not too bad.
This is now eligible for the catering station.
Beat Scott.
Yeah.
So this spinner is pretty infamous for being hard to pass. I haven't hit him in a very long time, actually.
It's not like. I don't think it's even like hard to pass because it's just like any other spinner. It's just that people love to YOLO this, right?
I mean,
I've
you're on
seen
the
a-
bike, you're going fast. You,
Yeah. I've seen
you don't want to dismount.
I've seen so many people YOLO the spinner, and that's like,
It's-
yeah, it's as safe as every other pass. It's just people like going risky.
Well, I was not trying to do it risky.
Just extra experience. As we are just playing safely.
Do I have a moment to talk about a few things?
Yes.
Awesome, cool. Yeah, sadly we don't have any more donation incentives for this particular game, but obviously we have a lot of very cool donation incentive for other games throughout the rest of the marathon. And since we're currently still on Pokemon, I have opened up all the donation incentives for Pokemon Prism that is coming up in a few hours. Yeah, run by the man sitting right there on the right side, on the left side of the camera. And for example, we have the character choice, which is a pretty interesting incentive, and we have a lot of cool choices. We have the bandana guy, the fast boy, fireman, flower girl, huge ponytails girl, Lance fanboy, Lance fangirl, nerdy girl, potato boy, Rapunzel, rivalist girl, and school bully. Like, oh my god, there's just so many interesting and funny choices. We also have some character names, obviously. We have a Kolava, and we have the character name where you can put your donation towards the name, as I obviously just said. A maximum of 7 characters. And if you don't know what Pokemon Prism even is, it's a ROM hack of Pokemon Crystal. And I assume it's a pretty good game. Would you agree?
I totally agree. It's a great game. And it's also like, this also use Quilava. Well, I just don't want to spoil the run. Okay, let's get back to this one. But yeah, it shows the main, like not the real main, like we use Gyarados, but we both run use Quilava. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, if you want to do any of these choices I just mentioned, please get your donations in. And we're also only €7 away from reaching 4,100 euros raised for Mind during this event.
Very nice.
So please keep those donations coming. And if you want to check out the other incentives, bsgmarathon.com/donate. And yeah, back to you guys.
Okay, so we're making our way towards the Pokemon League. Not many fights remain from this point onwards. I was a bit concerned about strength PPs earlier, and I made not optimal choice on Kingler because I hit the spinner and I wasted 3 more PPs, but it's fine.
This Fluffy is static, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can get paralyzed here. Didn't happen, luckily.
So if you get poisoned by the trainer earlier, you basically keep low health for high flail power throughout this entire route and Victory Road as well. And that helps quite a bit because you don't have to use X attacks as I did.
This section is not the easiest one. There's a lot of like strange movements and very strict movements between these rocks.
There are no trainers in this victory road, but there's a rival battle at the end. Before that, though, our move pool is not yet complete. We're going to get the TM for Earthquake, which creates a very good coverage. Like, water and normal is already a very good coverage. Hello? Because water is a good type against types that resist normal type. But because we are going to be a bit under-leveled due to the large skip that we do in this category, we're going to need the extra power and extra, like a different type that Earthquake provides.
Mm-hmm. We also still get the rare candy here.
Earthquake. Perfect movement.
Yeah, I was about to say this is like this rare candy is 100% the hardest movement in this run. It's very precise. There's so many walls you can bonk on, and there's also like the hole which you can fall into.
What a team. I love this team. Okay, and so this is the first and only battle of the victory road. So what was my speed again? It was 93 at level 52. I'm now level 53. So what's season speed? I think it's 94. So I should be faster. Yeah.
Can't help you here, I'm sorry.
I am.
And this is where Earthquake gets particularly useful. And also the later Feraligator.
Yeah, Waterfall would not be guaranteed to kill that Magneton. And Gyarados is a good Pokemon, but electric type moves are pretty dangerous for it.
And also, Earthquake doesn't make contact, so the static ability doesn't
trigger.
Yep.
Yeah, correct.
One of the few physical type moves that don't make contact.
Could have maybe skipped this X attack actually, because I have good attack and got the extra level before Golbat. So yeah, I should have skipped it actually. So yeah, without Earthquake, we would not kill Feraligator in 2 hits. Actually, with an X attack, yes. Without an X attack, no.
Yeah.
But okay. I should have just used Waterfall on Golbat and 2 Earthquakes on Feraligator, so I just wasted a turn and an X attack. It's not a big deal.
Incoming is the fastest rare candy we can get. It's like right here. Single extra steps or 2 to take it. So why we are depositing Quilava? In the Hall of Fame, any extra Pokemons take, I don't know, about 5 seconds?
9, I think.
9, okay. even more than I remembered. But we need all the other Pokemons later for the HMs. So it's faster just keep them, and also safer in case you need to revive, I guess.
Yes. So, not many fights remain. Only the Pokemon League, and then, then a stupid fight, and then again, the last Kanto's gym, which is the only one we fight, and then Red. But we are still a long way to go. 69 or 40. Because these fights are all pretty hard and long. But Elite Four is not a big problem with Gyarados. The basic strategy is generally the same throughout the fights. We set up X attacks at the beginning, if needed, X speeds, and then sweep. It's not always that boring though, but we'll come to that. For the first fight, we only need 3. That's a critical.
Yep.
So Xadu will not use Confuse right now because I'm already confused. And AI doesn't use moves that have no effect. Okay, and that's it. This is the first fight. I can just strength all Pokemon except Slowbro and kill them in one shot. Not much to say now.
You can enjoy the music.
So basically, if I got the optional tweak after the Tojo Fall skip, I would have been level 59 now, and that helps a bit with some ranges, depending on your stats. It's probably not going to matter a lot for us.
And that's the first Elite Four member.
I have
for
to
you
say,
remaining.
yeah, I have to say there's a different experience route of this category, which doesn't get 2 of the candies we got. The one close to the Lake of Rage and the one in Violet City.
And it's
So-
basically a trade-off between like speed and safety. Here, of course, we are in a marathon. We want to play as safely as possible, so we got those extra levels, those extra stats. But if you were in a PB attempts or maybe even world record attempts,
Actually, the current world record uses the same route I'm using now.
just because it's that good.
It's very consistent, this route, but I am sure that with a good Gyarados, the oh my god!
Explosion.
Oh my god! I can't believe it.
This
This
is
actually happened in a marathon.
one in
350 chance. This is crazy.
I think like even before you were the only one to get it. I don't think I ever saw anyone other than you, and you got it. It is like the second time you get it, right? Incredible.
Okay. What do I need to do?
X attack again.
No.
Okay.
Okay, now the problem is Crowbar is coming out, and I'm probably not killing it in one shot with waterfall. Okay, good thing it didn't use double team. Hopefully I don't put in into healing lane. Okay, that's perfect actually. 2 shot. Okay.
Okay. Went fine anyway.
Perfect. That's not how the fight is usually supposed to go. You usually set up on Fortress. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't explode.
Just use spikes and toxic spikes.
I hope Earthquake kills here. I don't want to waste waterfall PPs. Alright,
Okay.
good. Can't believe it. So I'm at low health, but I don't quite need to heal now because Hitmontop doesn't do much damage. And I only need 1 X attack. I could probably just heal now because why not? I have to heal anyway later. So So yeah, I can't remember if it's 1 in 250 or 350, but it's anyway
It's very rare.
insanely
Yeah.
unlikely.
And you only give it a few turns, so it's not like we give it 100 turns to.
Yeah. Yeah, the bad part is that it actually kills. Like it's a strong move. Like in Gen 4, there was still the mechanics that reduced the opponent's defense by 50% when one used either self-destruct or explosion.
I didn't
So,
even know about that.
You didn't know about
No,
that?
and
So
never
if
knew
you
about this.
if you use explosion from Gen 5 onwards, it's
Okay.
basically half as powerful as in Gen 4 or earlier.
Wow.
Because
And it still has like
it
300 base power.
250,
Oh, okay, 250.
but it's effectively 500 base power in this
Wow.
game. That's why it kills.
Yeah, you even have like plus defense,
Yeah.
and they still died.
Okay, now Karen is the only somewhat scary Elite Four because I'm moving too much my microphone. Because her lead is Umbreon. Sorry for the noise. Who has double team. And because we need to set up a couple of X attacks, so
That's
almost guaranteed to get 2 double teams in.
Mhm.
It's very possible that we'll miss now. We
Nice.
didn't, so the fight is now easy.
You can get stuck here for a bit and lose a lot of waterfall PPs.
And this is why I insist that Aether in Ilex Forest is important, especially in a marathon.
So, I wanted to ask, do you usually pick the other one if you have to use the ether on Morty?
In a marathon, I would.
Okay, okay. Because there's another ether right outside Born Tower, which you can pick up.
Yeah, I mean that one. I would pick that one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yes. Okay, okay, okay.
Are you explaining this?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I probably wouldn't pick any for a
Yeah.
PB attempt.
But yeah, Umbreon was by far the scariest member of the Elite Four so far. And it went very well, hitting it on first try.
Now, the strategy on Lance is a bit more interesting. because basically we will make use of the move flail in a clever way. So while we set up X attacks and X speeds, Lance's Gyarados, which is his lead, does some damage to us, and thereby, therefore increases the flail power, and so this reduces the amount of turns we need to set up. It's actually not trivial to count correctly. Hopefully I will do. Also, the move flail has thresholds for power. That's a critical?
That's nice. That's
I don't
okay.
know.
Maybe.
1, 2. Yes, it is.
Okay.
No.
Got unlucky with the range. You could have gotten like a couple of more hit points. Like, yeah. And now you can sweep.
So I used an Oran Berry there to enter the range of flail 150. And so if I did things correctly, plus 2, that is with 3 X attacks, because we also suffer the Intimidate from Lance's Gyarados. So a plus 2 flail 150 is going to kill all of Lance's Pokemon, except Aerodactyl, for which we had used the X speed and then used Waterfall.
So we get to hear this
Wonderful
song, which is a banger. It's like top 2 songs in Pokemon, with the top 1 being like the original one.
I absolutely agree, by the way.
I also agree. So this is the...
It didn't crit, so...
This is the Dragonite that doesn't die if you don't do things correctly on the during the setup, but I crit it anyway, so I will never know. It was correct. Fortunately, this music is a bit ruined by the
Red bar sound?
yeah,
The
the red
beeping.
bar beep, but likely the theme of the final fight on the top of Mount Silver is the same. And hopefully I won't be in red bar for the whole fight.
And that was the lead 4.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting from the explosion.
My god, unbelievable.
We also saw the Oran Berry strat. It's like very interesting how the Oran Berry we get in the very start can be useful even here.
And so that's the Hall of Fame. The run is not quite finished yet, because there's another region in these games.
This is not the final boss.
So let's guess, what's the in-game time?
I have no idea how much time ago we started.
I'll guess 150.
I go with 149 just to be close to what you said.
151.
Yeah, that's a good number in Pokemon. 151, of course, is the number of Pokemon of Generation 1.
Look how cute it is.
Yeah.
The shackle. We usually... we explain that later.
158. It's much slower than I than expected. What did it wrong? What did it go wrong? Nah,
The magic up took some time.
I didn't die.
Well,
Yeah.
Falkner was horrible.
Yeah, right. Okay, I lost a couple of minutes
Yeah,
there.
the entire early game was very bad. To like all the ranges you missed. The Falkner fight.
Still, I was expecting a much better time. Well, not a problem.
Try to think any other big time loss you had.
Scott. Scott costs about
Oh, yeah.
the spinner costs about a minute, but still.
Yeah, I was just trying to blame the luck.
That's an execution mistake.
Yeah.
By the way, you want to hear a quick donation?
Yes, that's a good time.
You will probably
Actually, never mind. Give me 2 minutes.
no worries. All good.
Because Shackle has too much health.
Really?
Yes.
I never knew this strat. This is a new strat that I don't know. So
Shackle has, let me see, 41 HP. Too much. Let's reduce it a little bit. So hopefully Rattata attacks. Not Tail Whip. Come on.
he's trying to one-shot you.
Tackle. Okay, then I can Encore.
I have no idea what is supposed to do. Like
Too much. Yeah, less. Even less. One more? Ah, perfect. Okay, you can read donations now. In 20 minutes, it will become clear why I just did that.
Okay, I'm very curious to see what that did. That looked interesting. Anyways, you will probably enjoy this donation here. So we got €3 from Tucker Lerat, I think.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, Jimmy, you're really going off right now. Exploding even. Good luck on the rest. Thank you very much for that donation. And still, that leaves us with only €4 away of reaching 4,100 euros raised for this event. Somebody can do it.
Takelurari is the current world
Yeah.
record holder of this category, by the way.
the goat of Earth Gold, SoulSilver. soon about to do the full sweep.
Yeah, they had a pretty strong reaction in the chat when the explosion happened.
I can imagine. Okay, so we are in the boat that takes us to Kanto. Not much to say here. There's a fight we have to do.
Need to punish some lazy workers.
Yeah. There's a funny thing that's... So this fight looks so easy compared to the Elite Four and then Blue and Red that we are going to fight. That I actually, when I was playing this category initially, I never bothered to calculate ranges on this fight because of course it's guaranteed. Actually, one of these Pokemon, this Machoke, is a range with bad attack and waterfall, but not with our attack.
I always, like, when I'm here, I'm so like, oh yeah, this is an easy part, and I always pick the wrong move on the Psyduck and the
Yeah.
on the Machoke. Don't think strength ever kills the Machoke. Not sure.
Strength doesn't kill.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if waterfall is a range,
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe with like super max attack positive. Okay. 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 Don't mind me.
If you don't know what to say, I can say a few words if you like.
yes, good moment.
All right, cool. Yeah, so if you just tuned in, if you don't know, we are a BSG Annual 2022. We are a speedrunning charity marathon. We're raising money for Mind, which is the nationwide organization committed to prevent mental health issues and to support everybody who is dealing with mental issues themselves or within their families. All of your donations will go directly towards Mind, all of it, 100% of it. And did you know, for example, that in every region of the world, mental disorder surpasses 10% of the population? Governments seem to lack momentum in reducing the burden of mental health problems, as only 55% have mental health awareness and only 8% have suicide prevention plans. And organizations like Mind help raise awareness to this issue and hopefully help us to get a step closer into a world where everybody gets the help they need. So this is a super great charity. And as you can see in the bottom right of your screen, we raised 4,060 96 that way around dollars so far. So thank you all so much for that. We have a few, like 3 more days of awesome speedruns ahead. So you have plenty time to get some donations in. And yeah, so if you want to donate, head over to bsgmarathon.com/donate. And yeah, back to you guys.
What he's trying to do here is a tweak that will allow us to safely pass this next trainer.
Now I reload the graphics and go past them. I'm very bad at that tweak, so that took a few attempts.
And there's
So-
another tweaking coming.
Usually, one has that's very unlikely. So, not just because it's only a few tiles, but because Intimidate has the same out of battle effect as Keen Eye in that it reduces by 50% encounter rate. So, okay, so normally, well, you can explain what would happen normally in a glitchless setting.
So yeah, normally in Kanto, you need to go to do all the gyms. You need to fix the power plant problem and use the Poké Radio to wake up the Snorlax only after doing all of this like very big section of the game. Here we can just tweak and despawn the Snorlax, as you just saw.
So we go in the Diglett cave. We didn't just unload Snorlax, but also a bunch of trainers.
Yep.
Which would be, I mean...
They're not like mandatory, but they are running
Yeah.
around and they can hit you, so
It's nice
it's
to...
nice to despawn, yes.
Yeah. Now, even if we went past Snorlax, we still can't enter Blue's gym. Because there's an old man in front of it. Whoops.
There we go. And like in the...
Checking that we have the other 7 Kanto badges. So he's sitting in front of the door, and Blue is waiting for us at Cinnaba Island, where we can talk to him after the other 7 badges and make him return to the gym. But actually, Blue is already in the gym, but they don't tell us. You just have to tweak. Unfortunately, you can't directly enter the gym, otherwise the game crashes. But you can do a soft reset, as I just did. Like save the game, then soft reset. And here we go.
Yep, we just skipped like an hour, I think, of gameplay.
I didn't teach a tract.
Okay. I think we can start explaining attract.
Yes.
So we will need to set up a lot of turns in the next 2 fights. And both Pokemons we want to set up, like both in this trainer battle and in red, they are male. So our Gyarados being female is a huge time save. We get to keep attract from Witness Gym, and we we can more safely set up. Not only that, but we save time healing because otherwise we need to heal more often. And I think that happens way too much often that we forget to teach it. Like we get the female Magikarp and then we forget to teach attract.
I remember just in time.
Yeah.
And so attract. A Trick Room, that's fine. I will not special defend.
So this setup is quite tricky because we want to be out of Trick Room. So we really need to count, and yeah, we need to count to 5. This is very hard, I swear. And yeah, we also need to like set up the correct amount of fixed attacks. I think we set up
6.
yeah.
Good. Now I need 2 more turns like that.
Mhm.
Good. Last one, come on. Because if it uses Trick Room now, I have to stall another cycle of Trick Room, and
Yep.
that's really slow. Come on. Yes!
Yeah, that's very good.
And that's why Attract is so powerful. It just gives you so many free turns.
Yes.
And you only had to stall, actually not even stall, I only have to, yeah, see 1 Trick Room cycle. I couldn't beat Executor under Trick Room. Well, I could, but then Rhydon has Stone Edge, which is the worst move ever, and Thunderfang as well. And, well, obviously those 2 moves are really bad. And just kill you straight away, so... yeah.
That went very well.
Yeah, I also didn't set up an X speed because, not because I'm faster, but because Arcanine and Pidgeot are most likely going for Roar.
Okay.
And Whirlwind, which are reduced priority moves.
Oh. Okay. One thing that we didn't see is how stalling looks like. Like, it's still like Pokeballs being the fastest way to stall, right?
Yeah, you throw Pokeballs at the opponent.
It's quite funny. That's like the fastest way to spend a turn. And you just, yeah, throw Pokeballs and they accuse you of being a thief.
Okay, and this is the second last battle done. Now, the game, after we get all 8 of the Kanto badges, is supposed to give us the HM for, like, Professor Oak calls us and says, oh, congratulations, you have all 8 Kanto badges, so come here and I'll give you access to Mount Silver. Well, of course, we don't have all 8 Kanto badges, but the game is programmed in a way that...
In a simple way.
Yeah, because you're supposed to get the blues badge after all the other ones. It just checks for the blue badge being there.
It makes sense. It's just like they didn't expect you to being able to like enter blue gyms without all the other badges.
Makes sense because they knew it. They knew tweaking was a thing. They wanted to allow such a good speedrun. No other explanation.
Yeah, tweaking makes for very good speedruns.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I'm very, very biased towards like glitched and glitchless runs, so we finally get to see how this shackle will work. I have no idea what is supposed to
Okay,
happen.
I can explain it.
Okay.
So why did I reduce Shackle's health by 6 points? Well, we are going to fight Red on the top of Mount Silver. And not only Red has high-level Pokemon, but he leads with Pikachu. Pikachu is level 88, outspeeds us, and knows Volt Tackle and Thunderbolt, and holds a Light Ball. There's absolutely no chance Gyarados is beating Pikachu on its own. So, of course, Volt Tackle and Thunderbolt also kill level 20 Shackle. But Quick Attack doesn't kill a Shackle 41 HP, but it may kill a Shackle with 35 HP, with 1 in 16 chance. And the way the AI is programmed here in this game, it just looks at the max roll of the damage of the moves. So the AI thinks, oh, I can kill with Quick Attack, it's a priority move, so I will choose Quick Attack over Volt Tackle and Thunderbolt. But in fact, Quick Attack is only 1 in 16 to kill Shackle, and Shackle knows Encore. So we can lock Pikachu into using Quick Attack,
Wow.
thus allowing Gyarados to kill it. Hello?
Did you remember to set the date?
I think I did.
You need to set up a specific date to not get hail on this fight. Like trying to do this setup with hail up will just make you lose so much time, if not like straight up impossible. It's possible, but
It's really difficult.
yeah, because you keep getting damaged while trying to set up, while trying to survive very strong attacks. Like maybe with Attract, everything can happen.
I didn't take the candy, actually. I forgot. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I have a good defense, and attack is enough to guarantee Pikachu. So I still would have taken it if I remembered. But well, this was the backup candy for the candy I didn't get with the optional tweak. But again, not a big problem. Last repel.
It just like makes this next fight a tiny little bit safer.
Well, actually, not so tiny.
It's like with bad attack, it's
with
ways-
bad attack, it's very
it's like necessary.
it's necessary to avoid the range, but you actually need defenses here.
Okay.
Right.
Is this the first time we saved?
Yes, I think.
Wow, congratulations. I saved so many times when doing this run. Oh no, you save it before blue, right?
But that's a mandatory save.
Yeah. But there's
Also,
this-
technically, in the Hall of Fame.
right.
So we need 2x speeds to outspeed Pikachu. And it's guaranteed that we get to Encore turns. We can get 5 more if we're lucky. And during these extra turns, I'm going to set up X defense, X special defense. Encore ended, so I can kill Pikachu now. And Snorlax, actually, this may be even Venusaur. Let's see. Yeah, okay.
The next Pokemon Essence is based on like your defenses. Basically, it checks what moves deals. You can explain this better than me, but you're also busy doing
It's
this.
complicated.
Yeah.
I got lucky here, by the way.
So with the X special defense,
I should have set up an X special defense
Okay.
because with Encore 3, I get Venusaur. But okay, that's fine. That's what's the Pesha Berries for. I'm setting up a few more X special defense, and then I will use Attract. And actually, never mind. I will speed Venusaur. Yeah, I could have used Attract earlier.
Okay.
I can use it now. Okay, and now we set up a lot of X attacks.
Being asleep in this setup is actually like useful because you can't get poisoned.
Especially now that the Pesha Berry is gone.
Yep. The only thing we worry about now are crits and yeah, just crits. I don't think he has lost a turn yet. Like, a track is not working right now.
Yeah, it has lost one turn.
Okay, just one, so. This Venusaur is being very lucky.
Yeah. Also, my special defense is not very good, and Sludge Bomb was going to 3-hit, even with a +2 in special defense. That's why I used another one. So this is the 4th X attack. 5th, and that's it. Now, hopefully, he doesn't poison me right now, because I just... Okay, good.
Finish the setup, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get many Attract immobilizers at all. That's one. Okay, good. Okay, setup is complete. Now the fight is very much not over yet.
Almost, but
because we
not
don't one-shot Red's Pokemon.
even after 5x attacks, these Pokemon are just like 20 levels above us and also are very bulky.
Actually, only have one X defend now, so Crunch is going to be... oh, that's a crit? No, okay. That's heal range, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean...
Good flinch.
Yeah, good flinch,
like,
because I'm
at least we got that.
not taking damage from Snorlax is good. Lapras is probably going to choose Body Slam here in this situation, although I'm not totally certain. Okay, Snorlax is done. I would prefer Blizzard, to be honest, because it can miss. It's not hailing.
Nice.
Nice, it didn't crit, it didn't freeze. That's okay. So as long as Blastoise doesn't crit, we're done.
Moment of truth.
This will be another Blizzard.
Nice.
That's it. And the last one is easy because Charizard is awkward by Waterfall. Hey, so first try red is very good in a marathon. This is not an easy fight, and in general, not an easy category. Not super beginner friendly, but very, very fun.
I think it kind of is beginner. Like any Manipless run like this.
Fights are not. Time is in 3, 2, 1, now.
Time.
What's the time? Oh, let me guess. 2:22:37.
It is 2:24.
Okay.
Okay.
55.
Close enough.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's a good
It's
time.
way
a good
underestimate anyway.
time.
Yeah,
Yes.
casually going 15 minutes underestimate.
Well, a good run can be sub 220 if you get a good Magikarp hunt and good fights. But a large estimate is needed because you can lose this fight many times. And it happened to me in a different marathon. I lost this fight 5 times before winning. And yeah, that's what can go wrong. But we got a first try red and I'm happy with it. It was a good demonstration run, I think.
Yeah.
We
It was a
got to
good
see explosion.
Yeah, we got to do some nice, cool things.
Yeah, chat definitely enjoyed when the explosion happened. That was a good moment. Yeah, since you went quite a bit underestimate, do you want to shout out some people or say some
So yeah,
words?
Yeah, first of all, I'm very happy to be part of this marathon. It's the first in-person marathon for me. And I'm happy to showcase this category, which is my absolute favorite. And I want to thank Stocky for commentating
No
and
problem.
all people in the Pokémon speedrunning community, especially those who improved this route and made this category even funnier and more interesting. And finally, the organizers of this wonderful event.
If I can take it as like
Yeah?
a single
Yes,
moment,
sure, go
if
ahead.
you would like to try this route or other routes, this is like any Manipless run is quite beginner friendly. And if you want to try them out, you can join the Discord. You can find them on speedrun.com in the like specific page. Like you search for Earthcode and then there's the link. And there's like plenty of guides where you can start. There's people that can help you. It's a very friendly community and yeah. That's it.
Maybe you may want to consider to try the glitchless version first.
Yeah,
if
the
you are
glitchless is a bit
a
more.
beginner, because you're not under-leveled, you don't have to do tweaks, fights are easier. But then if you really want to have fun, in my opinion, you have to try this category.
Yeah, non-ironically, during the run I went to speedrun.com just to look up the Ampharos
Yeah,
alt main.
it's actually the fastest alt main.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, but anyway, thank you very much for this awesome run. I'm pretty sure chat enjoyed it. And yeah, right now we'll be jumping into a very quick intermission to set up the next game, which is going to be Zapper, One Wicked Cricket by the Plumber himself. And yes, that's his username, Plumber himself. So yeah, please don't go anywhere. Stay with us, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments.
Bye bye.
Right?